Hi, this is Ben, CEO and founder of BPB Tax Resolutions. Today I'm going to talk about your rights as a taxpayer, specifically your right to retain representation, what it is, why it's important, and how to take full advantage of this power. Now, the Internal Revenue Service communicates your rights as a taxpayer via something called a Publication 1. Item number 9 on this Taxpayer Bill of Rights discusses the right to retain representation. This right allows you to retain an authorized representative to deal with the IRS on your behalf. So let's break this down a bit. An authorized representative can be a lawyer, a CPA, or an enrolled agent. Your typical tax preparer cannot represent you unless they're in good standing with one of these credentials. Now, what do we mean by dealing with the IRS anyway? A lawyer, CPA, or an enrolled agent is generally unrestricted as to which taxpayers they can represent, what types of tax matters they can handle, and which IRS offices they can represent clients before. In plain English, we're talking virtually about any tax matter that you would normally have a problem with, such as income taxes, payroll taxes, special assessments, civil penalties, and the like. So now that you know what we mean by representation and who can represent you, why is this important? People often ask me if they can just represent themselves. The short answer is you can. However, let me ask you this question. If you were accused of a crime, would you go to court without an attorney? Of course you wouldn't. You'd hire a professional to handle it on your behalf. The same thing really applies here. Often, the best thing you can do when you get into a tax trouble with the IRS is to avoid talking with them yourself. You can say something that will actually make your situation worse. It's important that you have a certified tax resolution specialist involved as early as possible. How do you obtain representation? You find a reputable firm, preferably one that has an A+, Better Business Bureau rating, to discuss your tax situation with. That firm will then fill out and have you sign something called a Form 2848, which is a power of attorney, or a POA as they call it. This power of attorney is limited to dealing specifically with tax matters before the Internal Revenue Service, and only from the time periods that are designated on the form. The representative listed on the form then presents the power of attorney to the IRS, and in effect steps into your shoes as a taxpayer to negotiate the desired outcome. So what happens to the power of attorney when your tax issue is fully resolved? Well, the representative listed on the Form 2848 revokes the power of attorney by simply writing revoke at the top of the form and faxing it to the IRS. It's a good idea to make sure the POA is revoked before you complete your engagement with the designated tax representative. I hope this video gave you a better understanding of your right to retain representation and why it's important you do not take the burden of dealing with the IRS on your own. Thank you for watching, and if you have a challenging tax situation that you've been trying to deal with on your own, make sure to call us here at BPB Tax Resolutions so we can handle it for you.